The ultimate gift from one human to another, the gift of life.
Can you see anything when you look into it?
Jody Harskamp was one of many people we interviewed last year at Westchester Lagoon about their New Year's resolutions. Jody definitely took us by surprise with hers.
Well, 2017 is going to be an epic year for us. The first thing is we're going to help another person live. I am donating my kidney in January. You see my glove?
Well, that's exactly what happened. Not too long after we shot this footage, Jody donated one of her kidneys to Jenny Stansel. Both of them work for Alaska Airlines. Jody is a pilot, Jenny a flight attendant. Jody and Jenny join us right now to talk about this gift of life. And I have to ask you, Jody, did this turn out to be the epic year you predicted?
Absolutely. It was very epic.
And tell us about, how it went for you, because you had your surgery, in March?
March 13th in Seattle.
How quick did you recover from that?
I was able to fly home a week and a half later, and I felt pretty decent about 3 weeks after the surgery. It's pretty rough for the donor. It's comparable to a cesarean section.
But I understand that you ran Mount Marathon in July.
Yeah, just a couple months later, I ran Mount Marathon. So I fully recovered and started training about 4 weeks after the surgery. And
did it take any wind out of you?
Yes. My stamina wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but even now, 9 months later, I feel like I'm back to normal. But yes, my surgeon was very alarmed that I was going to run a mountain race, but he said, go for it. So.
Well, you only have one kidney now.
Yeah, down one kidney.
So, Jenny, how did life change for you after this surgery?
My life changed completely. I had more energy. I felt great. I feel fantastic right now. I was able to go back to work.
It's amazing that a new kidney could make that much difference.
It did, and it did immediately. And
so, what was life like for you before you received Jody's kidney?
Life for me before Jody's wonderful gift of donation was rough. I had a hard time getting out of bed every day. I was in a lot of pain. I was suffering serious side effects from the dialysis, and I had several infections. And I may not be here today if it weren't for Jody.
Amazing that something like a kidney donation can make so much of a difference. Well, one of the things we always wonder about in situations like this is the family. What was the impact on your family?
Well, my family's seen me suffer for several years. I mean, 20 years I've been pretty sick now. But it definitely was very stressful. I needed a whole community to help keep my spirits lifted and to help take care of me. And my family did a wonderful job. And I think positive attitude is everything. We had a real positive attitude in our household, and everyone stayed focused on healing and being positive and getting back to, where we needed to be.
Jody, though, it sounds like Jenny was under a death sentence. Did that affect your decision to donate?
The decision, when I decided to donate my kidney, once I found out I was a viable match, I never wavered in my decision because I knew that her time here would be very, very short if it was such an immediate need.
Well, you're a mom.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did her situation resonate with you?
Absolutely. I would hope that somebody would step up and help me if I ever needed any help. And I was fortunate enough to be a viable match for Jenny, and of course, I never wavered in my decision to donate.
We saw the generosity from Kodiak, how they surrounded her Madison Sisyphus. Is that pretty common in Alaska?
Absolutely.
That spirit?
Yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like, when I went back to work, my first flight was to Nome, which is one of my favorite places to fly to. And the community of Nome came out and they rallied for me, and they had welcome back signs, and they were all cheering at the fence. It was just amazing. But that's just a small example of how much help we received from our Alaska Airlines family all over Alaska. Our flight attendants, our pilots, our rampers, our customer service agents. I mean, everybody really came together to help take care of us.
Big state, but lots of close-knit people. One of the things with your situation, too, is that you, too, actually had another experience in giving. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. 5 years ago, last week, my house was destroyed in a fire. And at that time, of course, right around Christmas, which is the worst time ever, my Alaska Airlines family, as well as the community, rallied around my family. My son was 3 months old, and my daughter was 3 at the time. And magically, they had 1,000,000 presents, and everybody stepped up to help. And the flight attendants at Alaska Airlines, as well as the pilots, delivered a hot meal every night to feed my family and to take the stress off my family. And Jenny was one of the first people to show up with a lasagna and a couple bottles of wine. And she didn't know me, I didn't know her. She handed off the lasagna and just said, you know, I hope you can survive this. And off she went. And then here we are 5 years later, where she has my kidney.
And a darn good kidney.
And it's working great.
It's working fantastic. Yeah.
So the spirit of giving for the two of you has come full circle now.
Absolutely.
Any thoughts this holiday? Because this is kind of the first one that, for you in a long time, that you could enjoy in good health.
Well, my goal, you know, this holiday especially, is to just really take advantage of the life that I've been given, and the chance and the opportunity to live a healthy, long, healthy life. And I am definitely taking advantage of that. I don't let a day pass me by without being grateful, and just happy to be here on Earth with my family, with the ones that I love, with such a great community.
Jody?
You're welcome. I'm going to spend my holidays with my family too. And the great part about it is my kids know how important it was for Jenny and for Jenny's kids. And a little side note is, when I woke up from my surgery, all 3 of her children were in bed with me, thanking me just that I saved their mother's life. So.
Well, you know, we think about pretty trivial things in life a lot of times, getting frustrated. You know, I wonder if this changes your perspective forever.
Absolutely. Nothing bothers me. I mean, I see petty things happen all over, and you just think there's so much more than being upset over the smallest things. This is a big thing, and just makes you appreciate life.
Some final thoughts on giving?
Well, I think that right now, more than ever, it's just so important to give love and give hope, and especially in your community. You know, you can't save the world, but you can do good works, and you can do good things around you, and it really is infectious. And love spreads, kindness spreads, and Jody's donation has inspired so many people to do the right thing and do good things, and I think that's just really important.
Well, I want to thank both of you for being here, Jody Harskamp and Jenny Stansel. Well, we hope that this show has been a reminder that perhaps some of the most important gifts we get don't always come in a package. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us at KTVA, we hope your holidays are warm and happy. We'll see you next year.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked on high and saw a star shining in